Hello, guys. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome another day, huh? Another day. As you guys can see, I have done a little bit of farming. We can talk about it in just a second. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome, guys. Welcome to my stream. My name is Frank Gallows, and I stream every day, guys, or as often as possible. Usually on the weekdays, guys. Tonight we're playing Bloodborne, as you can see. If you guys want to watch me live, there's a link to my channel in the description of the video. Why don't you hop on Twitch? Testing, testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? Sorry, guys. My stuff got disconnected. No stream yesterday. I'll be honest, I forgot it was Monday because of the weekend. That was my fault, guys. I should have been on point. You hear it? Good, good, good. I'm sorry, guys, about that. I forgot. That's one of the downfalls of like spending most of your time at home, right? And not very social. By the time I realized what day it was already past my streaming time. But we picked it back up, like you guys have seen. I've been showing you. I have been trying to prepare for the stream, so I spent a lot of time on the weekend, basically. Yeah, we can call it that. We can call it that. Have some amnesty, guys. It's in the New Year's. With that said, though, guys, welcome. I hope you guys had a great Christmas holiday, right? You just reminded me. Um, had a great New Year's. I hope you guys found what you were looking for. As for me, I kind of just hung out at home. Not much to do. For those who don't know, I do live in New York City. I don't really go out there and watch the ball drop or anything like that. It's more of a tourist thing, I would say, honestly. It's not for the locals. But I have been farming, guys. As you can see, I am 120 now. I have been working my way through the dungeons. This is the end of the build per se, like in terms of stats. So for this particular build, we're kind of like I want to say like kind of a what would we call this? We're kind of a variation on the quality build, right? So we're like a quality build that is more leaning towards skill. As you can see, we're maining the rifle spear. We'll take a look at the gems that I have been trying to get. As you can see, we have physical attack up 27.2, 25.3, and 22.3. Now, these aren't the gems I've been trying to get. If you guys know anything about gem farming, it is a pain in the ass. I will say that. It is a major pain. Uh, you have to do a lot of save scumming, or just basically making the dungeons over and over. I have been doing that. Unfortunately, as you can see, I have two eye runes. That is for discovery. We can take a look at my discovery. Right, as you can see to the right hand side, more items from fallen enemies, more items from fallen enemies. So we've been trying to get just blood gems to drop in general. The gems will be random, so it is from like a loot pool table. It just hasn't been working out in our favor. I'll be honest with you guys. This was about 2 days worth of farming too. So we haven't been too successful. We've got some pretty okay gems. As you see, we have like some 25 percenters now. Uh, what I'm looking for is some thrusting gems. I don't know if we're going to do the whole stream of me just farming because that it will be a slog. So we'll kind of figure it out as we go. That's the gems I got. Basically, what I've been doing is I've been coming into this dungeon in general. We will take a look at it after I complete the boss. You kill the boss. Hopefully they drop a gem. What I'm looking for is basically an adept gem or a sharp gem. I believe it's a sharp gem. And we want thrust up like 27.2 or something like that. That's the basic goal. That's what we've been trying to get. If you guys are interested, I can show you like the process. I've been following a YouTube guide, so I will tell you whose channel it is and everything like that. I will leave a link in the description of the video as well, in case you guys are like newer to Bloodborne and happen to come upon my channel of all channels for some reason, right? But that's the build, guys. That's what we're working on. We'll fight the boss now. After I have a sip. Excuse me, guys. Let me get a sip of this. Okay, and one more sip. This boss is a fairly easy boss. Now, me saying that means I'm probably gonna die. This is gonna be a little pain for me, but we'll try our best. These are some pretty beefy watchers. Also, strategy. See, it's still not ideal. You gotta be careful because they do a lot of damage. We're also in what's called the FRC dungeon, so as you guys can tell, my life is cut down drastically. You know what that means? I can't get hit so much. I'll die in like maybe 2 hits. That may be your 1 hit right there, like a 1 shot. So I really gotta pick and choose what I parry and things like that. Right there, that's pretty good. You will want to run some claw marks if you're doing this as well. Just for ease of death, right? Ease of killage. You kind of want to separate them. This is like a good situation because the blunderbuss one is in a bad spot for himself. And there's no time to rest because he can still kill you with a couple of these shots. Gotta be careful. Luckily he's a little bit easier than that because you can kind of zone him out a little bit. Good spot. This is par for the course, guys. If you're good with your parries, you're good. Usually, right? I'm like, okay. And hopefully they will drop a gem usually. Curse Tempering Damp. This is, I'll tell you right now, this is not the one we're looking for. And we'll take a look at it. It's Curse Tempering Damp Blood Gem. So it's one of these two. You can see, not good. We're looking for like 27s. Right, so basically what we would do now is I won't what you call it. Where's the lantern? There it is. So basically, guys, what you would do is you would get up to that spot, right? You would save it to the cloud, and then you would just reload your save outside the boss room. That is what you usually would do, guys. And just pray to the RNG gods, right? Pray to RNGesus. Hopefully you will get something good. Unfortunately, we didn't get anything good. So we'll do this like once or twice, right? Just to see if it works. I don't think we will be getting anything. Really. Now, to be honest, I don't quite remember which one we were in. We did take the lantern out, right? So it wouldn't be this one. It's probably this one up here. Yeah, this would be it, because we're at the heart, right? So I'm gonna need to remember this, guys. I need to remember this glyph. So excuse me a moment while I put it in the group chat. I mean in the... Okay, there we go. ZBC. I'm sorry guys, you can tell I'm a little slow at this part, right? So ZBC 6B QBS. It will be faster instead of remaking it just to reload your save, right? So we're gonna remake it, we're gonna try to open the door again. And I believe it is ZB6. No, ZBC 6. Uh-oh. Did I mess up, guys? This is the part that I don't like. See? There we go. Got it. Let's just I'm just gonna put this in the chat, guys. So that is the glyph I'm using. Hold on, that's right, that's the glyph I'm using. You can see it's fetid, it's rotted, it's cursed. Alright. If you look to the right hand side. Now you can die very quickly in these kind of places. I think we'll do this a couple times and then we'll just like try out some random PvP for a little while. We're not really ready for it, I'll be honest with you guys. We need some extra runes and stuff like that. I'll have to look them up. You know, get the best HP runes and things like that. You can see it looks very different. Take a look at this dungeon, guys. This is the fetid dungeon. This is the rotted dungeon. This is the cursed dungeon, guys. Nice little evil coating of paint it has. Very moldy. So for this room, what we want to do basically for this dungeon, this layer, you want to make it to the lever as quick as possible. Right, a lot of baddies over here. We're not gonna mess with them right now. A lot of stuff that can basically 2 or 3 hit you. Probably 1 hit you. Gotta be careful, guys. This guy's especially... Oh wait, no. We should be okay here. Let's just try to hit this lever out of it. He's a very strong command grab that I want to deal with. So the other problem is... this wolf is just here doing combos. So I guess we can work out. Save yourself the trouble. You can also exit the game if you're like stuck between a lot of monsters, and usually it'll reset them to where they were at before. Now they will follow you, so just try to be quick. That is something you got to keep in mind about these dungeons, guys, is you find like some of the best loot here, but you know, you're in like a tougher dungeon, so your life will be cut down a lot. As you can see, my life is cut down pretty drastically. So if you do have low Vite to begin with, it is going to be an issue. Let's try this again. Like I said, we won't do this too much because I don't want to sit here farming bosses for another hour or 2. But if we get a decent gem, you know, that's fine as well. Training, your position is key. I like that. That's my position. It's also my position because you can pick this really well. I'm getting greedy. Gotta be careful. Fortunately, like the blunderbuss one, he's not super aggressive and he doesn't walk over here. Because he could kill us pretty easily. Pretty ranged though. Now we can deal with him in our range. I wasn't expected. And the thing is, if you die here, you'll always be wondering like what you were going to get the first time around for the drop, so be careful. That's all I can say really, is do your best, guys. Fighting, you know. Yeah, and as you can see, it is up to the gods. Like I said, we're looking for like an adept or a sharp. I believe it's a sharp one, right? You would know because basically I do think I have a sharp one. We'll try to take a look at it. Uh, it's one of these. You can see it's not ideal. We need some gems that are like. You see, this is a 27.2, right? You can get 27.2s. I think 27.3 is like the highest like damage, physical. I could be wrong, guys. Like I said, but we don't even have one on us. We don't even have one on us to tell. What I think we'll do is we'll try it one more time, right? And we're just gonna exit out. Like I said, if you're like PlayStation Plus, you would just save it to the cloud. Check what gem you have. Exit out the game and like quit out, and then reload your save, and you'll be right in front of the boss room. You don't have to do all this stuff like running back to the dungeon or anything like that. And usually you'd be, you know, it will still take a long time, as you can see, because I've been doing it for a couple of days now, and I have had no luck. You know, there's other things like if you have high arcane. Unfortunately, you can't respec in this game, right? Because then I would have like max arcane. I would just farm all the gems I need, and then respec out. Unfortunately, you can't do that in this game at all. So that's a problem right there. Right, you have to be really, you have to know in advance what you were going for. And if you were new, you wouldn't know, honestly. So that was a big issue back in the day. You also have to remember that this is like, you'd actually have to be able to make a FRC dungeon, which that's a whole journey in itself, right? So it takes a little while to get set up to farm the gems, which is another issue. That is what put a lot of people off this game, and I do understand that. You know, it's not like other Souls games where you could get your weapon upgrades and you're good, right? You get your stats, you get your weapon upgrades, you upgrade them. If you really want to min-max, this is the thing. It is my best. It's the best game ever for me. My favorite game of all time. Welcome, welcome. I do agree. We're gonna try it one more time, guys, and if it doesn't work, like I said, we'll find something else to do. Hopefully. If you guys are okay with doing this, right, just like making it over and running here, that's also fine too, because I understand if you don't want to exit the game out and load it over. It's almost the same thing. If you know the path. If you know the gem, right? Because this gem is like an easy path to get to. Oh, you son of a bitch. I was afraid that was going to happen. But that's okay. I think we're alive. So unfortunately though, we're going to have an issue because now he's hyped up. So what I think we'll do is this. Nope, it's not coming back. No. Problem solved. And we have more than enough blood vials and quicksilver bullets, I think, to handle him. This is either like a, you know, a huge negative. Some people really love this, right? Some people do actually like farming things, so they'll sit here all day. I can do it up to a point. They're a little more aggressive than we were last time. That's fine. We'll just corral them a little bit. Gotta focus. And it would be it'd be more beneficial for us if we were prepared. Like I could have used a claw mark pretty easily, right? A claw mark or two, and they would die like in basically one wizard. Unfortunately, we don't have that, so we have to use this stuff. Just in case he decides to play his way out. Let's go. And that's basically the farming route. For, you know, that's for this gem in general, right? There's other gems out there, guys. I don't think we're gonna get what we're looking for right now. I will do some more farming off stream. Like as you guys can see, it is a tedious prospect you're gonna be on. Be prepared to like be frustrated unless you have like a fool's luck or you're just insanely lucky. It is gonna take a while. As you can see, we amassed a few gems here. Let's see what we got though. We had that one last time. We had that one last time. Right, it could have been any of these tempering damps. Ideally, what I would want, guys, by the way, if we're like just talking about my ideal gym, it would be the physical tech up with the stamina, like increased stamina cost. Some people don't like that. They'd rather take like attack versus X enemy. And the reason they want that is because they're using those gems specifically for PvP, so they don't have to worry about fighting anybody. This gem is going to be more all around for everything we do, so I want one that just has the stamina down. As you guys can see, we're just using like basically the charge attacks anyway. So I basically have enough stamina for like maybe a charge attack or two, and then that's about it. So that's why we want the stamina ones. Um, Unfortunately, we couldn't find any. What I think we'll do is we'll go back to base. We'll clean up our inventory a little bit, and then we'll change our runes around, and we'll see if we can do any like kind of sneaky PvP stuff. Try to get some practice in, right? And then when I hopefully find some gems, the build will be complete. I'm still not sure what we're going to use for a backup weapon, mind you guys. But I am pretty happy with this build so far. It could have been tweaked a little bit more. I would have rather had strength at 25 and blood tinge at 25 and skill at 50. I think that would have been a little bit better. I do think I needed to start off as either Noble Scion, excuse me guys, or like Waste of Skin or something like that. I would have really had to sit here and min-max it. But we take what we can get, and it's not too bad. Our weapon attack, as you can see, is at 585. It's not bad for the rifle spear. There's some things that can reach like AR 1000 damn near. This just ain't gonna happen with this weapon, I don't think. Unless we have like a rifle spear expert in here, and they've been crunching the numbers. But what I think we'll do is repair, right? Okay, repair. And we'll put on our crappy runes. We'll put on our basic bitch runes here. Stamina. And why not? We'll do stamina recovery speed. What I usually will have, like most people, they'll have like the HP plus 10, they'll have HP plus 15. We didn't make it there yet, guys. And then they'll have the stamina. I think there's one plus 20. Have to check. And then they'll have one of their elf runes, right? Usually it's the hunter rune or the corruption rune. Usually you will see one of those two. For PvP specifically. So I do think we'll just do this. Let's get a couple rounds in, right? Let's break it up. Uh, we're okay with this kind of health, right? It shouldn't be too bad. What's in our second hand? Let's change that. Let's change that, boys. What should we rock? The cannon or the Gatling gun? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? We should start off. Let's start off with the cannon. Huh? Do keep in mind this is more of a PvP focused build, right? So, even though most people when they do their regular endgame builds, they will stop at 50. 50 is like the soft cap. You can go past this, guys, right? You can go to like 130, 140, whatever. If you're playing PvE, and you don't care about meeting people, you know, meta garbage, whatever you want to call it, right? You know what I mean? You want to meet with the meta. You can do whatever you want. With that said, though, let's go to Nightmare Frontier. We'll get some practice in, and then I do think we're going to switch up games pretty soon, right? We'll probably go back to Diablo for a little while until I complete this build, and once this one is complete, hopefully sooner rather than later we can do like a PvP night. It's gonna be slow. And all we're doing now is we're setting up the stage for our PvP match. That's all we're doing. Now I should take it off of worldwide. I have worldwide, right? This game has really bad netcode. I will admit that. So your best bet if you want some like actual non-laggy, you walk into a match and don't feel like you got cheated. Like you might be stabbing them a lot or like poking them, and they just won't take damage. It's mostly because the connection is not good, right? And then like they'll kill you, and then you'll see them take damage after that. A lot of the time, you can use local, and hopefully there's some people closer to you that are playing the game still. Assuming this game is still active, usually it's pretty active. I'm not sure around this time of day. I guess we'll find out. And we'll see. As you can tell, I'm being a little sweaty. We do have a full cane her set. That was really because we were in the chalice dungeons and I needed some extra defense though. Right, this isn't like the look I was going for. Let's move around a little bit. See if we can get into anything. Unfortunately, guys, if you like watch my YouTube channel as well, I'm sure you realize that I did upload Gungrave there, but it immediately got copyright claimed. I'm assuming it's because of the music in the beginning, so I had to take it down. I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't really do anything about that. I also don't think we'll be going back to Gungrave as well. It was a throwaway game. It's a game if someone gives you, you just take gracefully and say thank you, and then you play it one time, and that's about it. You know, sad to say. No access. I just got down here. I forgot a running start. So this might be a little bit of an issue. It doesn't seem like things are popping tonight. You know, there are times when more people on than others. So let's try this. We'll do local. We'll leave it on character's name. That way nobody gets like PSN shamed or whatever. Um, then we will just silence him, right? Sometimes when you have it worldwide, you'll find people that are like just doing this through co-op or like some ganking squads. I've kind of come into a couple, like surprisingly, there are a couple of gang squads here, and I've managed to kind of squeak out a victory, but it's very difficult. Mostly because, and I'll tell you why, which I'm about to do, right? Uh, it's because everybody has a pistol in their hand, so when you're trying to escape and things like that, they can easily fire off about 20 shots between the two of them. And if they're carrying the thing that lets you carry more bullets, you're going to be in for a hard time. You're really going to have to use the stage, right, and the enemies to your advantage as best you can. Hopefully we do get a match in. I don't, oh, there we go. Cool. Keep in mind when you do invasive buddy, your stats are cut even more, which is why most people have 50 and they'll have the HP runes in to kind of negate that a little bit. There we go. We did find someone PvPing. Looks like he has a Shikage. Oh, he put some ash in his pistol. So basically what that does is it boosts your pistol up. Yeah, he really wants to shoot me. You can see the lag is very strong. The lag is tremendously bad. Oh. Yeah. Lag is... I'm trying to figure out a way to like... this is not good. Yeah. Unfortunately, we couldn't really deal with him. Very skippy. But good game stuff. This is why I take it off of worldwide a lot of the time, because I do want a lot of matches, but as you can see, the further out you go into the internet ethos, the worse it is. So since we went worldwide now, hopefully what we'll do is we're just gonna do this. We're gonna like kind of reset everything. We'll go back to the Hunter's Dream. Hopefully it'll like bring us back into a local area, and then we can get some matches in. That was very not ideal. That's okay though. We should have expected it. Also, sometimes people's connections are just shit too, right? Wonderful too. But it's not a big deal, guys. We're getting back in there. Getting back into it. I think next time you stream this, hopefully I'll have all my like my runes, the necessary runes we need and stuff like that. As far as the gems go, we're gonna have to do our best. As you can see, it is a long process, and I do have another character I've been working on, on my own time for fun, and he needs some gems too, which is that's all I have to say. It's just what did you guys do for your holidays? Did you just stay at home? Like I said, I hope you just had a good one, right? You weren't working. I've definitely been at that spot once in a couple of times in my life, working on Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that. Which can't complain making money, but everybody else is out uh, being festive. Sometimes it does kind of get you down a little bit. You wish you were at home, kind of relaxing. Here we go. I think this might be him again. Yeah. So hopefully he's a little bit better. We'll do our thing here. We'll do like one more match, and if we come across him, we'll find something else to do. Yeah, this is bad. We'll take that victory, but it wasn't very satisfactory. I'm kind of just waiting to get resets in my world. That is another thing. Sometimes, like, well, these days especially, you will be coming across a lot of the same people. Mostly it's like the diehards that are playing this game still, which nothing wrong with that. But you might come across somebody who you just don't connect well with. I'm sure he connects with other people he PvPs with pretty good. They might be closer to him. But for us, it's not a fun experience. Like I said, one more time. We'll do it one more time, and then we'll find them something else to do, guys. Maybe what we'll do is, I mean, we could possibly push ourselves into New Game Plus. That is an option, actually. We are missing Gurman's set. We're missing Gurman's set, and we're missing his burial blade as well. And I also rarely go into New Game Plus, guys. So maybe we should do that. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll have one more match, and then we'll go fight Gurman. We'll get the other ending. We'll get like ending number 2, and then we'll do New Game Plus for a little bit, and then what I think I'll do is, instead of me going through this whole game again and having you guys sit through it, I will get up to like basically the end of New Game Plus, and we can see the ending, like the third ending, and then I'll just work on the PvP part for this guy in the meantime. I do think that's a good idea. You guys have been toughing it out. I do appreciate it. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. I feel like it's Roderick again. Oh no, it's. Oh, where are you? Where are you, mister? Are you here? Nope. Nope, I hear something. He's down there somewhere. We have to follow the trail of enemies. Did he take the shortcut? He took the shortcut. No, he didn't. It's not ready yet. Evading is fun too, right? But it's different than like real PvP, where people are set up for a duel. But evading can be fun if you guys are into it. It can be frustrating for the host, I'm sure, a lot of the time. Let's, I have an idea. Because he has to end up in a certain spot, so we're gonna, like, rush to that spot. I'm assuming he hasn't made it there yet. Oh, there he is. Trying to get the jock on me? We are evading, so we will heal him. Since he's, it looks like he's more of a casual dude. So this is why I think, yeah, he looks pretty casual. It seems like he has a lot of defenses too, because he's wearing the Argol set. You can see he's not really trying to fight us, so what I think we'll do is hit him with a tentacle. And then we'll do it again. Okay. We'll just change that up. Okay, Ludwig's. Okay, I respect it. I respect it. Let's see if we could catch him with this naughty move right here. That hurt, didn't it, boy? Yeah, come here. Oh, yeah. Alright, I'm sorry. The good thing about the rifle spear, guys, is not a lot of people use it, right? So they do fall for that quite a lot. quite a lot. That was cool. He wasn't really PvP dude though, right? Clearly, so still had a little bit of fun. What I think we'll do is, like I said, we will go fight German. We'll get the second ending, and we'll get to New Game Plus. And I'll worry about all the childish stuff on my own time. You guys don't have to worry about that. Yeah, and then we'll have access to German's set and his burial blade, and we'll purchase it and we'll get a little look at, and then we'll do some New Game Plus stuff. Get a couple bosses out the way, hopefully. So if you guys want the second ending, basically what you have to do is, if you guys remember, we got the third ending, which was you get 3 third chords, you consume them, and then when you talk to Gurman, you refuse to be released from the Hunter's Dream, you fight him, and then you fight the secret boss, or you could call it a secret boss, right? Then when you beat the secret boss, that's when you get the third ending. In order to get the second ending, you just basically don't consume any chords, right? Especially not 3 of them. And then you just refuse to be released from the dream, and then you fight him and you'll get your second ending after you beat him. The third ending is you just allow him to release you from the Hunter's Dream. That's how you get the first ending. And I think we're good to go. Doesn't look like much is needed. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use the cannon. It would have been a lot of fun, but maybe next time, boys. Do keep in mind as well, there is a level 150 PvP meta. I'm not sure which one is more populated at this point in time. It could be the 150 PvPers that are still playing, or more active rather, guys. Right. So if you're looking into 150 PvP, the best thing I would say is like maybe hit up the Reddit forums or something like that and see who's actually still active. And yeah, I also want to say, I live on the 21st floor, guys, right? And these buildings they're built to sway in the wind a little bit to kind of like move around. And my building is shaking tremendously, so if I stop talking, I'm sorry. And it's been a pleasure streaming to you guys. And hopefully I'll see you guys one day in the future, if anything were to happen. But I think we'll be okay.
You now, I will show you mercy. You will die, forget the dream, and awake under the morning sun. You will be freed from this terrible hunter's dream.
So there you go, guys. If you submit your life, you get the first ending. You just wake up, basically. But we will refuse, and when you refuse, you get a special boss fight, which is against Garmin himself. Very cool, very stylish man.
Dear, oh dear. What was it? The hunt?
Yeah, they were meant to sway. Most of them do, right? Some of them don't. Some of them don't, but this one is meant to, so sometimes you do feel it swaying quite a bit. You're not supposed to usually feel it,
Matter.
This is an older building. They are working on the foundations actually, and the terraces and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say which buildings, but they are working on them. Might be concerning a little bit.
It always comes down to the hunters.
But I think we'll poke through it, hopefully.
After these sorts of messes.
Grimmon is a very cool man. Unfortunately, I think trick weapons in real life aren't like feasible. There's a lot of like hinges there and room for failure for trick weapons, but they are cool. He's fighting on. If you notice, his right foot is cut off. Is amputated. We're trying to bait him into basically attacking us. Not that one, though. Is he juicing up? Do keep in mind I am pretty high level for this fight. He's probably gonna combo me to death in a minute, but... You do still have to be careful, right? Because once I get comfortable, he'll just like start wailing on me, and then that's it for me. Oh, okay. Keep in mind the guys, this is just regular new game. So remember, we didn't consume any of the umbilical cords. I think you could exit out right here if you don't want to get the ending. Like, you would have to really just go into your game and quit, like, right away.
And so, the hunt begins again.
So there's your second ending, guys. Pretty straightforward ending, basically. We, if you think about it, we helped Ermin, right? We released him from his obligations, right? Because he needed someone to basically watch over the Hunter's Dream until his buddy came back, even though he's never coming back. So we released him. He's probably dead now because his body's long gone. But we let him rest, and we became the new host. And then basically this hunt is just gonna keep going on forever. And we're just a new host of it. I think we can skip this. And that's the second ending. It's good or bad depending on how you view it, I suppose, right? These endings are, none of them I would consider a good ending. Even transcending humanity and turning into a great one. I mean, that's good for you technically because you're not dead, right? But I mean, is it a good ending? That's up for debate.
Good.
But that's more philosophical, right? Like,
Now, let's begin.
we transcended our humanity, but what does that mean, right? Do we care about anything anymore? These great ones don't really have feelings, it looks like, right? So do we care about each other? Do we lose our whole sense of being? That's a whole nother topic to discuss. I don't care to get into it, but it's something to think about. And then it just throws you right into the new game plus, right? That's the one thing I don't like as well, is like I don't get to like wrap any of the storylines up or anything like that, or my quests. I do think we were pretty thorough the first time around. Right, but here we are at square one again. Luckily we do have all our items. We have all our sets, and we did get the Old Hunter's badge, which we'll take a look at. The Old Hunter badge. This Hunter's badge, crafted in German's time, has no practical purpose, except perhaps to assist in romanticizing about the past. The badge was a special privilege for the hunters of the past, and should not be dishonored. It should be left in peace, unless one is truly prepared to assume the will of those gone before. So that is kind of like saying that you defeat a German and then you're like taking his place, basically, for the most part. We're in New Game Plus. I rarely do New Game Plus, guys, right? I get to the end, I get to what I need to get to. And then we usually stop there and we start doing PvP and Chalice Dungeon runs, so I'm not even sure how hard this is at this point. It's been a while, it's been a few years. Luckily, we have some pretty decent gems. If you didn't go gem farming, you might do a lot less damage, honestly. You would also probably be a little bit lower level. You could beat the game around like 70, 80. If you're like being super casual. And like, you know, just casually upgrading your weapon. I don't think anything new, like item-wise, is here. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong, but I don't think there's like new items in New Game Plus to pick up. Aside from, you know, getting Gurman's badge and going to the Dream and getting his stuff. So don't mind the noise because I'm sorry, I got it. It's okay. Sometimes it's louder than other times, right? Do keep in mind you could do things differently this time around. So if you sent everybody to like Yosefka's clinic, this time you could send them to the church if you want to see that, right? You don't have to start a new character. Unless you don't want to go to New Game Plus at all, which is understandable. Right, you can get like a second flame sprayer maybe? I do think you could buy a few more things in the shop in New Game Plus. What I mean is like items that you usually would have to farm for. Like for the Chalice dungeons. And that's just in terms of like actually making the Chalice dungeon. No, let's just go this path. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, everything looks about the same, for the most part. Alright, so I just want to open this part up. And I do want to go back to the Hunter's Dream. I'm assuming the doll is just going to be awake there and we can get the stuff we need to get. Or that we want to get. Rather. Hopefully. And we can also check if our challenge dungeons are still up and we can still make the ones we need to make. You really want to do all that stuff before New Game Plus. Like, you really want to be able to make a FRC dungeon and stuff like that if you're going to get into it. Because you'll be reset here and you'll have to, like, start all over again. I think so, at least. Let's see if our dungeons are up. Looks like we have one here. We have a couple. Okay, so it looks like the dungeons do stay. Alright, so you should be okay, guys. We can't get into the DLC, right? We missed a bunch of DLC stuff, probably. Unfortunately. Could never get it back. In terms of the ritual stuff, it looks like there is some stuff here. There's some extra stuff here, okay. Okay, this is pretty good. So I guess you would go into New Game Plus if you wanted some extra goodies. Just for Chalice Dungeons, it looks like. Because usually you'd have to, like, go into the dungeon itself and, like, find the Sage's hair. Right, find an afflicted organ. Interesting, we are missing a bunch of stuff, huh? Did we not pick this stuff up? We did, didn't we? Did we not? Okay, I guess it's just here again. Alright. Alright, good to know. Unfortunately, guys, you can't drop anything for anybody, so this is kind of worthless. At least I don't think you could drop anything for anybody. No, because discarding is not the same as dropping it. Right, discarding is not the same. Let's do like a garbage item. Yeah. So you can't drop anything for anybody. So, you know, it's kind of pointless to have multiple. But let's not think about that right now. Let's grab garments. Prospector hood. There it is. And we'll grab his weapon as well. I do think his blunderbuss and Father Gascoigne's blunderbuss were supposed to be in the game. We just didn't get them for whatever reason. Really not sure why. Quite honestly, guys. And we'll take a look at his set. And yeah, I don't think he has a full set, does he? He just has like... He doesn't have gloves. Right, here's the shirt. He has the top. And he has the legs. In terms of hands, he doesn't have them, so... This is what we have. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it, guys. Let's, you know, we stand in front of the nice one part. It's my big brother. Okay. Let's just take a little look at it. There you go, guys. You can read the description. I do think we read it before, but we'll take a look. Hunter Tie of Gammon, the first hunter. Created before the workshop existed by making adjustments to everyday clothing, and later became the basis for all hunters' garb. The hunter's emphasis on engaging beasts with speed, and therefore of selecting lightweight attire, no doubt traces back to Garmin's own combat style. The OG. Mr. Garmin, let's take a look at the burial blade. A masterpiece to define the entire array of weapons crafted at the workshop. Its blade is forged with saturite, said to have fallen from the heavens. Garmin surely saw the hunt as a dirge of farewell, wishing only that his prey might rest in peace, never again to awaken to another harrowing nightmare. And that's the burial blade, guys. Interestingly enough, I do believe they say, I don't have the weapon on me, that he based his weapon off of Amygdala's arm, which is odd because I'm not sure exactly what he's seen in terms of it, like hunting. Like, I know he's hunted beasts and stuff like that. I'm not sure if he's seen an amygdala. And the reason that we say that, or people say that, right? Let's see if I even have it on me. No, I don't. It's because the amygdala arm moves very similar to this scythe, right? So he kind of got the idea for a trick weapon off of like looking at like a beast's like limb and seeing how it like flexed around and stuff like that. That's what people have said in the past. I'm not sure how much truth there is in that. Could be wrong. Something else I know is that supposedly our grave is supposed to be here if we go into New Game Plus. Now it might not be here because we have to talk to the doll again. So we'll take a look at that. But here's the scythe, guys. Right, here's the burial blade. Very cool. If a little impractical for PvE. It is very good in PvP. I think you will need quite a bit of stamina to use it more properly. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not an expert with it. Unfortunately, now that we did that, though, we can't get back into PvP for a while because we have to make it back there. And I guess we'll pick up the blunderbuss this time around. And throw the cane, why not? We're not going to use them. But we'll just put it there just to put it there. We'll leave the cannon out because it's funny. What I think we'll do is We'll teleport back to the dream and we'll see if she's up and we'll see if that second grave is there. Usually she's at another grave and she kind of implies there was a hunter before you. Technically that hunter was you and you kind of just came back into the dream again somehow. Maybe because it's like a cycle, right? Oh, it's all the circle, whatever you want to think of it. We definitely did miss something. We missed getting the living string. We missed doing make contact with one of the great ones. That's okay though, guys, right? That's what playthroughs are for. I can get that on my own time eventually.
Are you now done? And
Unfortunately, you can't get more than one of her blood vials, so that one is going to be on the floor forever. Thankfully, it's still there if you go back a couple of times, so you can use yours and then come back here and pick up that other blood vial. I don't know if she gives you more than one if you use it. You can see none of our shortcuts are open. Very sad. Very sad that we can't just go where we want. But that's what it is, guys. Can't do anything about that. So let's just head into the dream real quick. We'll see if the doll is awake. And if she's in a different spot. And if not, we'll just teleport to this one specifically and we'll push on with the game. Okay, so unfortunately she's not there. Maybe it does come up later. If it comes up later and I'm like playing solo, I will try to record it if I remember.
Hello, good hunter. I am a dog and you twin. Did you speak with Gip? He would say, they.
So just, you know, she just tells us stuff. Okay, so that's about it.
Farewell, good hunter.
So we'll make it to the next lantern and I'll see if she has anything like new to say or if she is anywhere else. She's usually like one of two places, right? She's right there sleeping sometimes, or she's up at a different grave. This is the DLC grave, and sometimes you can hear her saying a prayer. Unfortunately, we haven't been lucky enough to catch her doing it, but sometimes she is up there praying. And if you get close enough, then she'll like stand up and stop. But if you're far enough away, you can hear her calling out to the moon presence. And we're gonna use these speedrun tactics, guys. Let's go. Let me run over. There's the quick way to... Nobody saw it. There's a quick way to open up these shortcuts where you just drop them there, come back around. You just get these doors. I mean, I didn't even know this until like a little while ago. Like maybe a few months ago when I was watching someone else do a speedrun. Right, there's a shortcut, boys. Looking easy. And from here you can go get the cleric piece and all that stuff. Maybe we will just kill him just to get him out the way. Seems like a good idea, does it not? Sure, a lot of upgrades. I mean, I'm sure if we didn't upgrade properly, we'd be doing like really crappy damage. It is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, to be honest with you guys. Like that seemed like it did almost nothing really. Not bad. It seems like a good spot. Let's see if we can. Let's see if she's in a different spot. I don't know how true that is. I never looked it up, right, or anything like that. I've never seen any video of it. But I mean, it probably is true. Maybe we have to get it to a certain point in the game as well. But it should be right here. There should be our tombstone here. Oh, you know, it might be. It might be from a certain ending, right? We might need to let Gehrman release us from the hut. Right, because technically we will die there if he releases us and we'll wake up again. Which will actually would make more sense. So I guess I'll have to play through it and we'll get the first ending. And we'll take a look at it much later on. Much later on. Unfortunately, you don't get anything new, like I said, aside from Gehrman stuff. Not much incentive, I would say, to go to New Game Plus unless you are doing a lot of farming and doing challenge dungeons, because then you can easily get these, like, you know, you can easily get these items here, these ritual items, without having to farm too hard. Now, I'm not sure if it's in this shop. Let's take a look. Well, there's some decent tomb molds and stuff like that. You can see in terms of everything else, not much there. So there's no real reason, you know, unless you're a masochist, to go into New Game Plus. It seems like. And if you are, much respect, right? That's not our stuff. We try to keep it chill here. Though I am regretting doing this New Game Plus because I would like to do some PvP with him. Luckily, you know, we're pretty built up with our characters, so I won't have to do much aside from like basically run all the way where we need to be at. It shouldn't be too much of a trouble. I'm hoping it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oops. I thought I had the torch for some reason. I really wanted to get someone with that cannon. Oh well, maybe we'll make it back up there, and you know, it's been a couple days since I've uploaded some PvP matches, so we'll have to get back into it. I was hoping to have him complete, you know, that way when I do it, I can show the Wow, that sucked. That was 10 bullets, by the way. You can see my weapon does have like a negative. You can see beneath my health there is like a down symbol. That is because we have a crappy gem in there. This attack versus the kin down. Which sucks, honestly. I'd rather have this down more. We'll have to fix that. Now for over here, I'm not sure what to do to Irene's quest to make her go blood drunk, right? Maybe we have to just not talk to her at all. Right, because maybe I'll do like key points of the game that are different. But I am actually not too sure, so I think we'll skip her this time around. We did finish her quest. We don't need to worry about that. We also missed something else, guys. I'll have to work on that as well. We did do it the first time around, so you're not really missing anything. You know, our very first playthrough. So don't worry too much about it. Let's go this way. We'll open up this shortcut as well. And we'll activate our quest. We won't, I don't think we'll finish it this time around. And I also think we actually forgot to finish it up the first time, but we did, you know, in our very, very first one, we did finish it up, so no big deal. You don't have to worry too much if you got everything you needed in your first playthrough, so. Unless you're a collector and you have like OCD, you know, then you do got to do what you got to do, right? But try not to think about it too much, guys. It's only gonna stress you out. I do want to jump back down there, but I'm not sure if that's gonna kill us. So what can we do quickly? I do think we can get gas going. We could probably get the Burst of Beast down too, as well. That's poison right there. That's pretty deadly because at this point in the game you won't even have any like poison tablets, so you do have to be careful. You'll probably die if he's like headbutted you and then spit poison on you. If you're like in the new game. It looks like we just get both Hunter's Marks for all the places we will get badges at. I'm not quite sure what they could have done there, honestly. I am glad there's no like exclusive New Game Plus weapons though. That would be, like I said, I don't like being forced into New Game Plus for things, right? So that wouldn't be good. A lot of them made it. All of them made it. What the? What the? Oh, they just brushed themselves off and I guess they're gonna try again. We're gonna be sneaky. Just like the shortcuts. One thing I don't know, guys, about the challenge dungeons, I don't know if they get, you know, I don't know if the regular dungeons get harder just because you're in New Game Plus. I'm gonna assume no, since we have all the same dungeons. It could be a thing, though. I'll have to do a little bit of research and get back to you guys on that. Let's be careful because he does fire his blunderbuss off quite a bit. I think he's just gonna beast out here. Now keep in mind when he beast out, he does do like a aura and it knocks you down, kind of like that. Am I trapped in a corner? That was pretty bad. I think we'll just kill him. We won't try to get offensive as well. Seems like it's still very easy to die as well. Okay. Make a pretty decent time, I would say. Do we have to brush off emo? I think I forgot to get... Oh no, we have brush off dust. We'll put that there. I do like this emo, guys. I guess the nice thing is getting like these gems you know drop in game and getting like some copies of them. Some of them aren't the best, right? But you could probably stack up the one that regens HP. Mind you guys, you could just farm those. Not those in particular, but gems that do pulsing, which I believe is HP regen. But if you're lazy and this is like what you prefer to do, there's you know, nothing wrong with that as well. Chemical, okay. That's where you would usually get like a key item. So it looks like they give you kind of randomish stuff. Now we kind of do have a lot of insight. I'm not sure if it's 60 insight or so or 20, but you should be able to see. Let's take care of these people here first. As you can see, he does have like the eyes around his lantern. Ah, he lost it. Right? You can see the eyes. You usually don't see that until you get a certain amount of insight. So that should mean that we can see the amygdala. No? It might be 60. Debating what we should do about these NPCs, right? As far as offer goes, I don't think we need him really too much. He will be good in Bloodstar's Beast to fight him. We could just defeat him early. We don't get anything out of it, mind you guys. There's nothing extra, I don't think. But we will just talk to him in case we need him for the for a boss fight.
Line up. Take this. Beast. There, Marco. Back, mate.
Okay. I think we're done here. Oh no, I'm looking at our followers. Did we lose a follower? Did we lose one follower? I do think we were one off to 20. I see we went down to 18. That is unfortunate, guys. Very sad. All we could do is keep at it though, boys, right? I'm gonna have to crack down on my efforts. We're gonna, I'm gonna try to have a little more PvP and things like that. And I do think tomorrow we will start going back to Diablo and trying to get the Necromancer back up there. I'm gonna have to start brushing up over him. Honestly, it's been a while. We only have a few months left until Diablo 4 comes out. Oh, my weapon is at risk. So we're gonna have to go repair it. That is another crappy thing about like having the weapon durability down. You know, you never really realize how important the durability is until you have like low durability. Because I think right now, just it being at risk lowers the attack rating on it. Yeah, look how like low it got. See, it's 409 now. Let's take a look at it when it's repaired. That is a bummer though, guys. That is a bummer. We're gonna work hard. We're gonna get swing, and then we're gonna get dirty. I do believe that. I'm gonna have to be more consistent though. I do blame myself a lot of the time, right? I could be streaming more often. Let's repair this. There he goes, back up to 585, right? So just it being at risk is a huge detriment to you. We are going to need to get rid of that gem ASAP. I do think you keep all your runes as well, right? You see they're all complete.
This would...
Though I admit, I don't know how some people do it sometimes, sitting there for 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. That is a lot of dedication. I'll give them that. I don't know if I could be interesting for 4 hours. I try my best, right? Even 2 hours, I feel like I start boring people. And I'm aware some people do listen to this like a podcast. They just need something on in the background. If it has to be someone, why not me and my silky smooth voice, right? I'll take it. What I think we'll do here is we'll go ahead and get him down as quick as possible. So usually this is what a lot of people do is they'll just like drop off the side, drop down. They'll usually heal up. You can heal up wherever right here. I am very hungry, by the way, guys. I've been intermittent fasting as of late. I'm not sure when is a good time to eat per se, like 8, 10. I do eat differently these days. I'm trying to keep it simple. So usually people just come up here and they just shoot them off the ledge, right? Bye bye. As soon as we finish this thing, you don't want to do that the first time around, right? You want to come from all the way from the opposite side from your goal. Mostly because you do get an emote off of him, right? And once you get the emote, there's really nothing left for you to get. He'll give you an emote and a badge, and then there's really nothing else for him to be useful for. Oh, we didn't get anything anyway. But what this does allow us to do is it allows us to go down and explore. If you want to, like, if you don't want to have a Gatling gun on you all the damn time. Right, that's something cool. There are a couple items down there. At this point in New Game Plus, though, I don't think they're very useful. I could be wrong. And there are a couple ways to go from here. Like, you could drop down here. They don't see us yet. Let's be quiet. Or they don't see us here. Come over here, guys. As you can see, this is how sometimes when you run in here, you can hear like the screeching. It's because they catch you from up here. And there's a couple of things here. Aside from the creepy atmosphere, right? It sounds like there's like constant howling or like moaning. It might just be like the wind, maybe. But there is a very odd sound here. And there is like one or two fun things you can do here. It has been quite a long time since I've done it, so I'm not even sure at this point. Let's make sure I'm at the right spot. I was gonna drop down and basically die right there. So I do think it's over there. Yeah. Let's see if we can make it there. Hopefully I can. Nope. Epic fail, guys. Oh wait, this might be it. Right, so I can probably like... Uh... Oh, you can use the blood cocktail. Maybe a little bit over here. Nope, that was too far. My aiming is shit. Sorry. Right there. Oh my god, why? That's good. That's good right there, right? And then you can do this. Uh-oh. This might be the wrong channel. I might have failed miserably here. Yeah, I think I failed, guys. I'm sorry. I know there's a way to break this chandelier and drop it on them. But I don't think I have anything I could do it with. My fault. But with that said, we're going to push on, right? I'll have to find a more proper way to do it next time. Fortunately, he doesn't climb up. Sometimes, depending on the map, they do climb a little bit. Do you hear those footsteps? We could probably, just 1v1 him to death. Probably. Now, how funny that is, I'm not even sure. But there are other things you can do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to have a little fun here, right? Where'd he go? There it is. Ah, well. We won't do it too much. You can kind of lower him down here and have him trip and fall, but that's going to take a minute. Some people, I'm not good at it. guessing we're not right here. So I do think we can go, yeah, we do have time for Bloodstone Feast. Making good time though, right? As long as you know what you're doing, usually you can get this done pretty quickly. I don't even have to bother coming over here, but it's kind of a habit now. So I just do it. And you don't gotta be as careful as usually aren't in the first playthrough because your weapon is capped out. No, I'm not sure how much damage we're gonna take, quite honestly, guys. Also, just realized we're not wearing a full set of gear. So why don't we do that? Let's have this on here. And then, we'll do Old Hunters. And then how about Chemist Crow? I think he is wearing red pants, right? So that might not look too good together. What if we do Old Hunters? And, okay, that'll work for now. Just don't get careless, guys. You can still... I feel like I can die at any time still, right? I'm not sure about you guys, but my guy isn't too tanky. At least I don't feel like I am. Like, maybe Bloodstaff Beast will kill us pretty easily. I'm pretty sure she can. If we let her. But will we let her? That's up for debate. Possibly what we could do tomorrow, guys, is I can set up those chalice dungeons for like, you know, getting the good claw mark, getting the good HP rune. I could like set them all up, and then we can go in there and get them quickly. And that way we can have like a record on stream of us doing it. A lot of them, I will tell you now, because we did finish the game legitly, right? A lot of them are what they call... Hold on, let's make sure nothing else is here. Anything? Okay, so a lot of them are what they call false depth chalice dungeons, right? What that is that, you know, someone has like some kind of save editor and they'll go in there and they'll edit the game, you know, basically hacking it for like layman's term, right? Because I'm a simple man, so we'll just say it simply. They found a way to hack the dungeon, and what they do is they'll make it so that like the first layer of a dungeon, because usually the first layer is like the easiest, right? They'll edit it so that it's more of a harder dungeon. It'll be like more of a top tier dungeon where you would go into and farm. You know, those usually take time to get into. So what they do is they make false depth ones. So, you know, like the Dumerian one, which is the first one you get, it'll be more like a is chalice or like a level 4 or like a cursed rotted one. And then you can go in there and you can farm like certain bosses and enemies and get certain items in there that you usually wouldn't get, right? That is usually what happens. You know, and that's how people get their gems a lot of the time quickly. Some people don't, right? Some people do get it legit, but if you're trying to cut your farming time down, if you're, you know, if you're just playing this only for a certain amount of time a day, some people have very limited time. There's nothing wrong with doing a false depth challenge. It's not like you're getting anything out there you wouldn't usually get. You know, some people argue, oh, but I got down there, you know, and did the thing. You know, whatever. We're not gonna let that get to us. You know, it's different than getting like a a straight up just like hacked gem. You know, there are some people that have like hack gems out there. I'm not sure who though, but you know, there are people out there. But there's nothing wrong with making your life a little bit easier, honestly. Especially in a game like this where there's no respec and a lot of farming to be done, boys. A lot of farming, I'll be honest with you guys. I think we're ready for Bloodstar Feast. Why don't we summon Alfred? That was the plan all along anyway. Right, let's just summon him. I'm sure I'm hungry, guys. I don't want to have later either. I really want some chicken. Unfortunately, there's only one elevator today. I wanted to order chicken. Mind you guys. That way I could just mix it with like my veggies that I have here, because I usually will have like some canned veggies with it. But then when there's one elevator living in a building like this, it's about 35 floors. You know, they tend not want to use it, and I do understand that because sometimes you'll be waiting a long time downstairs and then going upstairs. You know, you'll be waiting a lot of time downstairs to come up, and then coming back down is an issue. So I have to see what I can do. I'm just gonna try to get this done as quickly as possible. Luckily this has some reach, right, so we can afford to mess up a little bit. I should put some antidotes on there just in case. Wow, that was incredible. Let's try to help our boy out. Not that though, he's too close to me. Gotta try to take a greedy. I'm getting greedy right now. And I also forget that I can just use this. Kind of. I do have to really want to carry it with it. Because if I don't, that happens. Very odd movements he's doing. What's that one? That's have a lot of health on him. Luckily, so do we. I guess, right? Unless he grabs me. There we go, that's what I was waiting for. I think that was the ground. Total loss. So do we go for waiting in here and get that? Looks like nothing, guys. So I guess we can do here also is maybe, let's see, we can spend some insight. We can buy some stuff here. Maybe some upgrade items for our weapon. Mostly because we don't want that much insight. It's kind of bad for us. So we can, oh, we can't even get a blood rock yet. That's fine. We'll get some bloodstone chunks. And we'll get, I don't know if we have that ashen set. Let's take a look. No, we didn't get the ashen set. Okay. And I don't think we have any of this stuff. I know we just looked, but I have to make sure. No, we do. Okay. So I think that's technically all we need because we're not really upgrading too much. We can invest in some like beast blood pellets, right? Maybe some shaman bone blades will be good for us. Let's just pick them up. You never know when you're gonna need them and you're gonna fight some annoying enemies. I mean, you kind of will know, but you know, you'd rather have a bunch of them on you than not having any. Okay, and they only stack to 3. Okay, that way you don't cheese everybody under the sun. Why don't we change our hat? No, I don't like that one. What about we change it to... No. That's too many style pieces together. I don't know about you guys, but you know, more than 2 is like kind of too much for me in terms of styles. That's not too bad, but what about this one? I'm sorry, guys, we're doing fashion souls. Impromptu fashion souls. What if we used the old hunter's gloves, right? And we used... what if we used, where are they? Fashion boots, right? I do like these boots. The gloves don't match already, I can tell you that. I'll tell you that much. Oh, it doesn't work for now. Just for now, guys, right? I still haven't come up with like the look for this guy. I guess when we do like proper PvP, we'll have like the quote-unquote look for him. And that'll be like his canon appearance for the playthrough, or for the, you know, for this character in particular, Mr. Rifle Spear. That'll be his canon thing. Right now we won't have one. So we did do all that, right? I do think now we can go to Upper Cathedral Ward. Yeah, I think we go to... Not to Upper Cathedral Ward, like to the top right, but we can take the elevator up. I'm pretty sure we can. Right, we do a little bit more cleanup because it's almost that time, boys. It's almost that time already, huh? And like I said, I think we will basically what I do is I think I'll cut this video down a little bit. I'll try to cut it down to like where we beat the game at, and then we'll save like you know, this will be the end of the second playthrough, and then I will what the plan is I guess to do offline like farming and stuff like that for runes and the proper blood gems, and then we'll have a proper PvP stream, and we will pick up a different game tomorrow, I think, instead of watching me go through this whole thing again. And then we can reserve, you know, some time to get some PvP. And I do need some practice, right? So maybe we'll have like a Friday Night Fighter or something like that. Uh-oh. Because I do really want to be good with this rifle spear. I want to give it my best shot. But I do, honestly, if you're doing like proper PvP, you need the best runes and gems on top of that. And we're kind of, we're lacking in a couple points. Mostly the runes and gems. We have most of the gear, so that's not too bad. I do thank you guys for supporting my bad habit of Bloodborne. As you can see, once I get into it, like I pick it up every so often. It is my favorite game. I try not to get burnt out, but then I start playing it really hard, right? Like most people that will play their favorite Souls games usually do. Pick it back up every once in a while and just be obsessed all over again. And maybe next time we come back to it. Like in the future. Uh, we'll do a different build. Maybe we'll do a build that I've never done before. There's quite a few that I haven't really done. Usually I'm just like an arcane guy. Right, maybe if we find a few people, we can start running challenge dungeons and we'll have like a proper build with like a lot of HP or something like that. I don't know. I'm just, throwing stuff out there. Maybe. We'll see. I also know eventually when we do get a PC, there is a very good fan-made Bloodborne remake. A very fun-looking one. Unfortunately they only could make so much because I think they're not allowed to make the whole game, maybe. Right, so it goes up to a certain point and they added some stuff in. Very interesting. Some interesting stuff in there. I would like to try that out one day. Hopefully I can run out potato because we're eventually probably gonna get like a cheapy thing to kind of hold us up for the time being. We're kind of just doing some Rebel Boys, right? We're gonna go open the gate, give Maria her comb, or the doll her comb. It's technically not Maria. We'll give her the doll her comb. That was... Wait, what do we get here? Okay, we get a repeat of the clothing. Alright. Interesting. I reckon it's taking a lot of damage. I'm not sure if they quite passed yet, but I'm assuming they have. Yeah, we're gonna need those dust. We're not doing like we're doing okay damage, right? But we could be doing so much better. In my humble opinion. Maybe like a thrusting gem with like charge attack up and like stand up. That would be like the most ideal gem. Because as you guys know, I do love my charge attack. I don't think we need to bother him, but we will try to get that item. I don't know if he's going to die in one Molotov. Will he, guys? What do you think? Pull up, guys. Time of vote. Do you think he'll die or do you think he'll live? Hurry up, guys. You got 3 seconds. Oh, too late. Oh my god, he has so much life. I'm sorry. That was scary. Oh, you only get a crappy 3? So we don't get like anything better either. Unfortunately, it looks like. Let's take a look at it. Oh, is it fire blood gem something? Yeah, it's the same exact gem. Well, I mean, I guess that's fine, right? Because they really do want you to do the dungeons, guys, for the gems. And it looks like you will struggle a little bit, but you shouldn't have too hard of a time if you decide not to get them, and you just have your weapon upgraded. Right? It will be a different story if like you were doing basically 0 damage and you had no choice but to get a gem. So I think we'll do is we'll grab the shield here. We'll go around, we'll open the door up on the other side, and that'll be mostly it, guys. So you guys can see, like, honestly, in my opinion, there's no reason to go into New Game Plus. You know, really, I really don't think there is. You don't get anything extra special other than a headache if the enemies give you a hard time the first time around anyway. You know, there's no like exclusive runes, there's no other than I guess some of the chalice dungeon items that are like in the shop now. Right? You could easily farm those, and if you're not gonna do the dungeons, there's really no point in doing it. In my opinion, unless you want the trophy or something and you want to get all three endings. Luckily the enemies don't disappear a certain amount of times, kind of like Dark Souls 2, right? When you kill the, like say you're farming a gear set, you know, not the gear drops off at enemies here, but say you were farming something, blood vials or whatever, the enemies don't just disappear after a certain amount of respawns. That was infuriating in Dark Souls 2. You had to spend like a human effigy, I believe it
Welcome,
was.
what? Welcome.
Okay, so there we go. We have the
Farewell, good.
Tearstone gem again. You know, it could be worse, right? Honestly, the Tearstone gem isn't a bad gem. It's not a great gem, but it'll get you through the game. And I do think that's basically the same thing. Let's crack this bridge open. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. But it is convenient to have, and if you know if you're in a little bit of trouble, right? HP continues to cover. You can. I do think since it's a droplet. Actually, I do think since it's a droplet, you can stack them up. So let's test that, shall we? I do think it's on this pistol, right? Pop that off. Now let's take a weapon like the hunter scythe. Pop these gems off. Okay, not bad. So now we have a weapon that regens our health. Oh, it would be good if we were using it. So that's a +4. Why don't we test it out before we end the playthrough, guys? We'll test it out just a little bit. Where's a good place to test it out? I think I have an idea. I have an idea. We'll test it out a little bit. Like there are a lot better gems that are like higher with their HP healing. You would have to like do some investigations by yourself, right? Um, but there are gems that are a lot better for healing. Keep in mind if you're doing like chalice dungeons and you're doing like the really erotic cursed ones, sometimes your HP will be cut down to the point where if you get hit once anyway, you will die to begin with. Keep that in mind, guys. So, you know, it has its uses. You just have to, you know, use it accordingly. What I think we'll do is, we'll see if we can get like one last little PvP match in, right? And that'll be like the unwashed, right? Like we're not ready to do PvP, and then we'll just end up the. Oh, we'll wrap up the stream. End up the stream. Whatever that is. So let's take a couple hits. That's a pretty good hit, right? Wait for our HP to go back down. Actually, it's not too bad, honestly. Unfortunately, you can't put more than one gem in a gun. So, you know, like I would stack those in a gun in my offhand. That way when I'm walking around, like say we're doing PvP, you can have it in your offhand, kind of like, you know, right? Kind of shuffle, kind of juke and jive, and get a little bit of HP back. And actually, we can't even PvP because I don't have that part open. I just realized, so I'm sorry about that, guys. I forgot. That was my bad. So we'll go back to hunt the stream. We will wrap up the stream now, guys. Let's grab the flamethrower. And what I think I'll do is I'll try to finish the build off stream when I have the time for it. For sure, I can get the runes, no problem. The gems will be, as you can see, unless you get lucky, you will be there for a while. And then, you know, you might get the gem, but it might not have the proper attributes that you're looking for a lot of the time. So that is going to be a little bit. And I think we'll pick up a different game tomorrow, guys. And, you know, unless I find everything within the next couple of days, which I don't think is feasible. Right. I do want to say thank you guys for stopping by, right? We will take a look at the build real quick again. Right, this is a rifle spear build, guys. You want a rifle spear plus 10. We are trying to find thrusting gems. This is like the next best thing you could get, almost. You know, you want physical, if you're not going for thrusting, guys. What you want are physical attack up, like 27.2 or 3. That's the best you can get. And then the cursed part basically will be the negative. You will have to pick which one you want and be able to manage it. So sometimes it'll be like attack versus beast down or attack versus kin. If you're just using it for PvP, those won't be the worst ones you can get. I go for increased stamina cost, usually. So if you're just looking for physical attack ups, that's what you would want to get usually. I'm going for thrusting gems. Excuse me, guys. I'm going for thrusting gems. So you have to, you know, you'll have to find out where you need to farm, guys. And in terms of our actual build, we are using Lone Survivor. We have our Vitality to 50. We have our Endurance to 11. We have Strength to 30, and the reason we have the Strength to 30 is because in our offhand for PvP, we will be using the cannon. Right, and you don't want to start with the cannon out, guys, right? You want to have a regular gun. And the plan is, you know, eventually we'll be able to show it off, is like to kind of whittle them down. And a lot of people will retreat to heal, so when they retreat, pull this bad boy out, let them have it, dust them off real quick. It costs about 10 or 11 Quicksilver bullets, so try to have some in reserve. It will kill them, so don't worry about that. It will usually kill them if they have a little bit of HP left, and that's hard to avoid too, believe it or not. Right, so that is the plan. Hopefully we can show it off in the future. We can showcase it. And that is what you want, right? You want the rifle spear. In terms of a backup weapon, what does well with this in particular might be the Rider Palash. Maybe Simon's Bow Blade, but I think you would need to spec into more blood tinge than strength in that case. Other than that, anything that uses skill a lot, you can put in your offhand if you want to. Shikage, no, not Shikage, Rakuyo, Threaded Cane, Saw Spear, right? Anything for a backup that is usable that you like will work. And yeah, that'll be about it, guys. I do want to say thank you again, guys. We will make the build, we will complete it. I know it was quite a lot. The challenge dungeons are quite a lot, so we'll pick it up tomorrow, guys. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I want to say thank you for stopping by. Hope you watch me live, guys, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when I usually like to stream. We will more than likely pick up Diablo 2 tomorrow. Diablo 2 Resurrected. We're going to continue with the Necromancer. Like I said, more than likely that will happen. I will have to brush up on Diablo a little bit. So if we don't get to it right away, I will get to it the day after. And yeah, we'll take it from there, guys. Guys, have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Frank Gallows, and I'll catch you next time. Good night, everybody.